Hi, and welcome to a special Game Slave podcast. Today we are reviewing some of the things that we recorded from Animeland Wasabi, and today's is a press conference with Billy West, Cassandra Lee Morris, and Emilie Ullerup. Enjoy!
We do like a raise your hand kind of thing.
That's nice.
Yeah.
We'll start with you.
So this one's kind of for Billy. You've been such a big part of the Futurama series, then it ended, then it started again, and then you got an actual ending. What was it like to be able to come back and revisit all those characters and then actually get to close them with a nice loop ending?
They did it perfectly right in my estimation. I mean, what I would have wanted to see as a fan happened, but the thing I missed about it most was the people that I worked with. I knew those people for a bunch of years, like 10 or 11 years. And we were like family at that point. You know, you come to work every week and it's us. Katie Segal was great to work with. And, you know, John DiMaggio was going to be here tomorrow. I don't know if you're going to come and ask anything of him. He'll scream out the answers. He's pretty wild, that boy. Yeah, it felt great to keep coming back, but it was the fans that brought back the show, honestly. And so I thank you all. Any fans out there? All right, next victim.
Anyone else? You have us here.
Yes.
All of you, what would be your ideal mix if you could do anything at this point in time?
I really enjoy playing like really strong female characters. Like I just played Adia in Bravely Default, the video game, and she's like so strong and she's such a badass, and I just really like portraying like that kind of female character instead of, you know, somebody who's sort of like softer than, but that's just me. So yeah, anybody that is like really strong and can inspire other girls.
For me, the grass is always greener. I do comedy. I want to do dark, disgusting, sad, horrific characters. I go do those and I hunger to laugh. So I'm currently on a show that's I'm the comedic relief. So now, of course, I would love to go do something that's super ugly. I think for me, it's just full, well-rounded love of all of whatever somebody will give me. Billy?
What?
Same question.
Same question? You know what, if you live long enough, you could have 10 different careers that you spent a lot of time at. Like, I was a musician. I was in bands when I was going to quit high school because I had no use for academia, you know. And I knew somehow in my heart of hearts that none of this stuff was going to serve me in the future. You know, what is silt? You know, where's the Piedmont? You know, geography and all
You
that.
still remember, though.
What?
You still remember all this.
Yeah, but the thing was, is I got it the first time. I didn't have to, like, you know, I used to kick ass in the tests, but it was barely an effort with me because I had so much other world going on in my head. And I started a band, and then I joined another band, and I was out all over the place playing. I wanted to be the best guitarist in the world, and I sang. And I just think that I wouldn't mind being a producer of a cartoon. You know, and me and my friend have developed like 7 of them, and we're just trying to get them going. And there's also a preschool kids show, puppets. One of them is 8 feet tall, and there's a young girl that dreams up this band from outer space. And she's using her imagination instead of pressing the gadget buttons and boxes. You know, and so they come off this poster off the wall, and they join her, and she has to teach them how to speak English. Yeah, it's so beautiful. I hope everybody gets to see it, you know, push it. But I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that. I would also like to work with people who are helping animals. That's always been a big thing to me. I could spend 10 years doing that. I really could. Sea rescue stuff. Yeah. You want to do as much as you can. And I still have immigrant mentality. If I don't do the right witty little cloying, annoying, high-pitched, genderless voice, my house will be gone when I come home. Isn't it feel like that? You know, if
Yeah.
you don't do the right thing and you don't get the right job, or it doesn't, you know, they're gonna take away your house.
No.
Yeah, it's this weird determination, and it is immigrant mentality. My uncles will work 18 hours a day, and you never turn down work, ever. You know, I've done so many varied things, and I was a work ethic person. You know, I didn't feel like anything was happening unless I was working. I take a vacation, 2 days later I'm neurotically checking my messages, you know.
You're doing that today, being here.
Well, yeah, I gotta get to my phone.
I know.
Anybody else be curious about anything? I'll tell you everything.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know, that's the face of, yeah, I do, you scare me.
Go.
Are there any upcoming projects that you can talk about that you're excited of?
You start.
A Disney thing. It's preschool, and normally I hear that and I go, I don't know. But this one is really, really funny, and it's called the 7D, and it's a new take on the Seven Dwarves. And it's just funny, and I'm playing bashful. God knows why they wanted me to do that. I said, don't say anything. You know, and I scream and yell for a living and won't shut up for a living. And I had to make it kind of different. I show there's a side to him the world's never seen. Let's put it that way.
I'm on I'm still on a TV show. Have been for 3 seasons now. So that's I know.
She's in a business of 95% unemployment. I think that's quite an achievement.
And we're airing. It's called Arctic Air, and we're airing season 3 right now. Waiting to hear about season 4 pickup, and they own me until we hear about that. So this is why I can come and do things like this in my time off.
Yeah, put it out to the universe. You want that to happen for her. It'll meet up with the same kind of energy. It's just physics. And it'll happen.
Right.
You know, if you think like that, yeah, I'm not just making a joke. I mean, it's real.
Dude.
I am currently recording 4 different projects, and none of them have been announced yet. But as soon as I can let you guys know, I usually like tweet everything, and I put it on Facebook as well. So I'm sorry that I can't tell you anything of them right now. Don't want to make anything bad. But very soon, I'll be able to talk about my new stuff. And actually, Bravely Default just came out. That's like my new thing for Nintendo 3DS video game. Yeah. Oh, you have it?
I have the demo installed. I'm playing through the demo, and then I'm going to get the actual copy.
Awesome. Play a Dia. Play a Dia.
Okay.
Like it so far?
So far, it seems good.
Okay, there's that. It is good.
Yeah, everybody who I've talked to has said basically it's what Final Fantasy should be.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
hear.
Anybody else?
What's your guys' craziest convention story?
Oh man. I have 2.
Wow. Both.
Okay. So this is one of the first cons that I ever did. I was sitting at an autograph table, and I was signing for an hour, so I had a line of people come through. And then there was one guy that was kind of like lingering at the end, and all of a sudden I just see like this hand like reaching over my table, and it's like heading towards my face. And I'm like, what is about to happen to me? And he takes my head and he grabs it and he like shakes it, and I was like, dude, like, what are you doing? He's like, I did that to all my voice actors, so they remembered me. And I was like, some
I think
kid.
I met that guy.
Did he grab your head?
Did he show my webpage? It was on my webpage, and he said, "You're not gonna like me when you meet me."
Yeah.
Oh, really? You think that highly of yourself that I think anything about you? No. That I'm not gonna like you? I don't even know you. Yeah, he was weird. He was like so aggressive, and he wanted to make sure he left an impact on you.
Yeah.
That's nutty.
Yeah, it's really nutty. And like the thing is, I don't remember his name. I don't really remember what he looked like. I just remember feeling really awkward. So if you meet anybody, don't grab their head. And then at another convention, this girl, luckily she was like maybe like an inch shorter than me and like really, really tiny. I went up to take a picture with her and she ran at me and like jumped on me. And I guess it's called glomping. You guys know what glomping is?
Yes.
It's a thing. I didn't know it was a thing. Like I just like, this girl was just like jumping on me and I was like, what are you doing? Get off me! And her mom was there and she's like, now Victoria, I told you to stop doing that to people. Ha 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 ha. I'm like, control your like 13-year-old daughter. So that was really awkward.
And are they meant to take the photo as you're like going down?
I don't know! It was so weird. Yeah, that was really weird. So I got really uncomfortable and then I actually had to like take a break after that. So also, maybe don't jump on people that you don't know.
You have progressive fans, like they're on ya.
Yeah.
I don't have any stories. Truly, I don't have any stories.
You're lucky.
I know.
No one ever bugged you?
No. I'm also, I think, relatively new to the game. I'm sure I'm going to have many bugging stories ahead of me.
Yeah. You're gonna receive little notes from a guy who thinks people from other planets are talking to him.
Oh.
No, yeah.
Yeah, little notes. I just want to let you know I was around.
Wow.
Yeah. Stories. Yeah, it's happened more than once, so I'll have to boil it down into an amalgam. There's always somebody, wherever you are, and you're talking to people, and suddenly the craziest guy there with buttons, he's like Mr. Cartoon and all this stuff. He'll go, I can't wait to talk. Me. And then you say yes, and he goes,
I need to ask you a question. If Powder Toast Man got into a fight with the Joker, who would win?
and I said, do you draw?
Yeah.
Do you write stuff?
Yeah.
Well, then why don't you, like, create the beginnings and endings you want to see?
No, I want to hear it. I want to know what you think.
You know, and I was like, because I broke someone's fantasy of how it was supposed to go. In his mind, he was like, then I'm going to say this, that. It's like in his world, if you veer from that, it's short circuit.
And you veered.
And I was with Dan Cassandra one time, and there was a kid. It might have been the same guy. I don't know. They all seem like there's this one guy, but it's not. And he was chasing Dan and bugging him. He said, like something about in the episode. It was in German of The Simpsons, and you got credited with a voice that you didn't do. Why did they do that? Why did you do that? And Dan is like, I don't know. You know, it's kind of cool in a way, but sometimes it gets, you know, whacked out. That's my story, though. I mean, I could tell you some horrifying stories, but I won't. But,
You're classy.
I am a gentleman. And I'm romantic. Yeah. I'm the guy that used to go pick up the girl at the airport, get her a bottle of water right away, and then maybe get something to eat on the way home, to the boyfriend who beats her. I was always the nice, you know, guy. I still am. So.
Anyone else?
Yes.
Apparently, I'll just keep asking questions. Do you have a favorite role you've ever done?
I mean, I love something about all of my characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to, as an actor, you have to like your characters. But I think my favorite is probably, I did this anime called K-On! And I played Ritsu, who's a girl drummer. And I kind of got to like live out my fantasy of being in a girl band through that. So, she's probably my favorite.
I agree. I find there are nuggets that I love about every character and I take with me and wish I kind of was in real life, maybe a little more like that. Obviously, Sanctuary had a huge impact on me. It was one of my first jobs as an actor and working with people like Amanda's Happening and, you know, the people that I soon came to realize had been around for a while and knew their shit. I like fighting monsters. It's kind of fun. And winning is even better. And then yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm going on But definitely actually has made a huge impact on me, and also because I've seen how much of an impact it's made on people all around the world, that makes it a little bit, it feels more substantial that way somehow, that it reached so many women and inspired people to believe that they could go kick ass, maybe not monsters, but in life in general. Yeah. I think so.
You know what? I'm right there with these guys. You almost like gave birth to these things. They gave you tons of information about what they were looking for, and they needed somebody to pour all the information into and be able to interpret it. The writers, you got to honor the writers. You got to honor, everybody's intentions, and they've chosen you to be the person that speaks their ideas, and you got to have a lot of trust in people. But I think I put like 1,000% in anything I ever did. So someone said, "What was your favorite?" It's like asking a mother, who's your favorite kid. It's really hard to pick. I guess I've loved them all so much that I'll think about them the rest of my life, whether I'm doing them or not. I'll be sitting in a chair someday in my dotage thinking about the ship, with Leela as the boss, and that kind of stuff.
How has social media changed the way you interact with fans, community, creators, and as well as creating an online presence for yourself? That's different than what you've experienced in the past.
I mean, it's like you get an instant reaction from people. I literally, Sword Art Online was airing on Toonami, and that just ended. But I would live tweet with people, and we would talk about the show, as it was happening. That, 10 years ago, that could not happen. And now it's I'm having, a viewing party with people, but they're, all over the country. So, that's really cool to me. And it's just, because when I'm recording, you're so isolated. You're in a booth, there's no audience. The only audience is, the director and maybe some other actors and a producer. So, you're not getting, instant reaction from viewers. So it's I don't know, just through social media, Facebook, Twitter, all that. It's not doing theater, but it's I don't know, it's just cool to see, what people think and what they really identify with, and what part of your character that they really like. And, I don't know, it's just cool. Yeah.
And there's no chance they're gonna grab it out of head.
Right, yeah, so they have a nice safe distance.
I'm still a little bit on the fence, mostly because I get fearful sometimes about where it can go, because there is such an anonymity to it that people can just everybody knows who I am, my face. I have to watch my mouth, and I feel like sometimes people can be anonymous and therefore feel like they can do whatever they please out there. Luckily, I haven't run into that yet, which I'm very fortunate. I feel fortunate for so far, but I'm riding that fine line because I love the immediate response too. I love hearing on the night that the show airs what are people feeling, and saying my thank yous for watching and getting that response back. But I don't know where the line is yet, and that's, I guess, what we'll all figure out, because I don't want Emilia to be out there as at my personal stuff. There is a line, and I think also as a viewer, I love the actors most that I don't know anything about, because there's no clouded judgment or confusion about anything other than this is who. I buy it 100% who they are right now, and I think social media can confuse that. So for me, it's the line of I really like it. Not gonna lie, it's also a great ego boost from time to time, which everybody loves. But equally, it can also be quite negative, and so yeah. Not to poo-poo anything,
No,
but
that's a good
I think we're all still figuring it out, because it is still relatively new.
I'm with you on that. You know, I mean, like, usually you pretty much try not to care about what critics say about your work. You read the reviews, you're hoping they'll be nice, but every now and then there's a malcontent that has a problem with this, that, and the other thing. And there's a huge contingent on the internet that have anointed themselves critic and judge and jury of what you did, to the point where they'll be spitting out stuff that they think might have happened but never did, like behind the scenes, you know.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like, you know, and it's like,
Were you there?
you schmo. Yeah, I don't remember you in the room when I was doing this thing with Johnny, you know. And it's almost like the people who post like that are the ones with the most approved, so end of story.
All right, and I think that about wraps it up before the karaoke gets really bad. I'm saying what you're all thinking.
Can it get worse than that?
Russell, thank you so very much. To you three, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Round of applause for these work.